Hi, this is Matt Bernstein with Skillhance.com, and today we're going to learn about delivering on your promise, how to stick to your company's core values and achieve your mission. Your branding really isn't about what you say, it's about what you do. As we mentioned earlier, a brand is also a stamp of quality in the idea scenario, and want people to seek out your business because they feel everything that you do is better quality than the competition. When I'm out in a new town, I look for a Starbucks because I know that they make good coffee and have Wi-Fi to power sockets for my laptop. Back in the day, Nintendo had a seal of quality on certain games which told consumers that the game that they were buying had Nintendo's approval. This means that you need to take your reputation and your brand very seriously. Anything has your name and logo on it deserves to be the very best of your work, and your attention should be something that you're proud to produce and sell. Once you've created a brand, it becomes incredibly important not to drop the ball. In fact, if you aim to do the opposite and create fantastic experience for your customers, they'll remember that. One way you can do this is by under-promising and over-delivering. What this means that is instead of claiming that your product is the best in the world and boasting about all the freebies you're going to include, you instead hold something back. For instance, if you buy a phone case on Amazon, then often times vendors would include a free stylus. This is over delivering and the hope that you'll be so pleased that you got a freebie you'll want to shop there again. Another simple example is to say that your delivery takes 3 to 4 days when in reality it takes 2 to 3 days. This is something that customers will be incredibly pleased to get their item early. The importance of packaging and delivery. This is an example of delivery, but really in the term of delivery can be much broader. Delivery can also be the way that you deliver a service. That means paying attention to the small details like your friendliness in emails and the way that you present yourself with what you wear. The same goes for packaging. This could mean gift wrapping well so that it arrives in one piece through the mail, and can also mean packaging an experience in terms of the environment and the way that it is presented. Make sure you pay attention to the little details and don't just think about the end result. Think about the experience and how it's going to get there, how this will make your customer feel. Your reputation management basics. If you get all of this right, then you should develop a reputation for your business so that whenever someone sees your logo, they'll be moved to place an order. Of course, this doesn't always go to plan though, and sometimes you'll find that your customer will make your life difficult, or that if you have a bad day and drop the ball. When this happens, you can find yourself accruing bad reviews and developing a bad reputation. This is the downside of a brand and pretty much the opposite of what you're aiming for. When this happens, it's a technique called reputation management to try and fix your reputation and get things back on track. What this means, it's something that you can do in person through interviews and statements, but these days it often refers to a form of SEO, search engine optimization. The simple question is, when someone searches for your brand, what will they find? Is it good? Here are the 3 outcomes here. Your business doesn't show up at all, bad. Your business shows up but mainly with bad reviews, worse. Your business shows up and looks great. SEO is a technique that involves getting any given website or website to the top of the search rankings. This means that when someone looks for your brand, you can define what comes up first. Of course, the ideal scenario here is that it's your website that comes up first. This way you can completely control the first impression that people get about your business and determine exactly what they first will read about you. You'll do this with filling your site with lots of relevant content, by finding keywords and inserting them into your content, by building lots of links. You should also be certain to list your businesses with the online directories such as Google, My Business, and Foursquare. At the same time though, you want to ensure with positive reviews show above the negative ones. To do this, you might want to perform some SEO for the positive reviews, but at the same time, you need to try and ensure that you have more positive reviews than negatives. How do you do that? There are some number of strategies. One is which to provide the best service or business possible so that the experience people have with your business will be positive. On top of that, it's also a good idea to request that they leave a positive review. Simply ask, if you've enjoyed our service, please leave a review on TripAdvisor. It's a great way to nudge someone to write about you how they otherwise wouldn't. And this is particularly important when you consider that people are genuinely much more likely to write about negative experiences more than positive ones when left to their own devices. Another important tip is to respond to reviews on these sites. Most sites give the option for you to do this, and that way you apologize for their experience or perhaps offer compensation. Say how you improve it in the future. Don't be defensive or protective. Just apologize and show that you've listened. This can be undermined the damaging effect of a bad review. If you're really lucky, the reviewer might even change their score. How to handle a rebranding. If things get really bad, then you might want to decide to rebrand. This should be considered as a last resort and can be render a lot of work you've just put in and so far pointless. However, if you want to protect your business from a bad reputation, or if all of your audience or industry is changing, then it could be a good decision. A rebrand can also be useful for a brand that has become muddled or lost in its way. When rebranding, you need to maintain a connection to your old brand and try to avoid the idea that you have a bad reputation. Instead, focus on the change and how you're changing yourself and your business in terms of your mission statement, your products or services. Create a narrative that your business is changing and so is your name, and demonstrate how you're going to be bigger, better, more efficient than ever before. Always think about your customer and what it means for them. Don't rebrand to try to be cool or to shrug off bad press. Those might be motivations too, but keep the focus on your value proposition and what you're going to do differently and better. A recent example of this was a rebrand of Odesk, which became Upwork. Odesk was a freelancer site that had developed something of a reputation for the lowest price rules mentality and didn't really benefit the freelancers or clients. The name change was designed to help the community move away from this idea, and thus the new name and new logo came to encourage a higher quality of workers to charge for their premium services.